So this is where we first camped. We camped here. Well, actually, no, we camped under here in a little fishing tent. Now this is sort of just our storage area for the animal, straw, hay, feed, etc., and just gardening tools. And Bella has claimed it as her bedroom. She's so funny. And this is Panda. She is our, come here, let me get your face, sit. She's our sheepdog / Alsatian. She's a good girl. She's not yet a year old, so she's still quite excitable, but a very intelligent girl, aren't you, Panda Bear? We recently finished cementing this half of the cobertizzo. So we've started using it as our outdoor eating space, and we moved the camping stove. Now we've got an oven. We've put our stove outside so that we can cook out here. This is some pallets that we've been taking apart and using for all sorts. This is our wood store. We've got a nice hammock space there as well. So yeah, this is where we had our big 6-man tent that we lived in for a couple of months when we first got here. Where to start? There's just so many things that have changed since we got here. First of all, we bought these 2 barns because they're on our land, but they didn't belong to us, and we have built up the walls on this one here, and we're going to put the donkeys in there. We've just got to lay the floor and put the roof on. But this one we've cleaned out. I mean, you could hardly see it because it was so full of ivy, and it had a tree growing in it and everything. So that's one of the major things. And this area here, you couldn't even see this area. We didn't even know this existed because it was behind basically a wall of ivy and this dead apple tree. Yeah, you couldn't see it. So here's a massive pile of wine bottles that we've been gathering from neighbours and the local restaurant. And we've contributed 1 or 2 ourselves. But we're going to use them to build a greenhouse here. Build with bottles on top of that wall, and then have the roof sort of slanting off the back of that one. It's a perfect spot. It would just be baking. This is our orange tree, one of our orange trees that we planted, and I think we're going to get some fruit from this. I'm pretty sure there were 4 little flowers, but maybe not. Maybe they've been nabbed. There's a little creature coming in our garden nicking some of our things. I don't know what creature it is, but yeah, we've also got this. This is a blood orange. Yeah, look a bit curly. Maybe they need treating. We've built this little sort of mini greenhouse, little cold frame that we've grown lots of seedlings in. Just a temporary one, really, until we can build the other one. Got some blueberries there. Goats completely destroyed them, so they're just coming back from the dead a little bit there. And we've got an avocado tree, which is doing really, really well. The goats ate all of that as well, little toe rags. They got loose one day, and they always come into this garden when they get loose because it's always nice things to eat here. So this is our sort of little patio area. One of my favourite spots sitting here because I can look out at that view, which is just stunning, especially in the sunrise in the morning. I love coming here. And these trees, we've cleaned and pruned and sorted those trees out. You can see the big piles of logs that we've got to process from that. This area was just like waist high with weeds and wildflowers. And even over here, you couldn't even see that. It was a wall of brambles and vines and everything. You couldn't even get through there. You had to sort of hack your way through. So we've opened all of that up, which just feels so much lighter. There was an arroyo there on top of those arroyo stones, which is basically, you can see there's one there. It's like a small shed on stilts that they keep their grain in, so the rats can't get to it because they can't get underneath the stones. So we're going to build a chicken house there. And that was our our vegetable garden, but we've just let it overgrow because the chickens will be moved here and they'll just eat all of that, so it's not a problem. We've still got our strawberries over there, but so this area we built, this was just a dusty slope. We moved all these rocks and built some nice stairs and a little rockery with some herbs and things in it, which is doing really well. I love that. Still got a few spots to fill, but that's really looking nice. And here, wrong way, here down the bottom here, I'm just sort of killing off the grass. I've planted a few plants in there, and I'm going to just gradually draw it out a bit more and put more herbs and things in there. And I've built these little steps here so that we can get up and down both ends of the wall. And there's a little stream here that we've uncovered. It's dry at the moment because we've shut the fountain off. We don't need water at the moment. It's rained quite recently, heavily. And that goes between the barns, up through our land that side, and this comes down here, runs off down there, and then into the what was a footpath, but we've closed it off because we're going to put a reservoir here, so that we can store the water so that us and our neighbours can have easy access to it, because at the moment it soaks in quite a lot into the soil. We've got a little bridge that we built. We built that from this part from the old arreo, so we repurposed that wood, solid chestnut, and then used pallets to top it. So yeah, so that's our little, that's going to be we're going to put a wall, stone wall there, line it all with cement to make it waterproof. So yeah, we filled in the footpath from there, and Christian built that wall and the bridge, and that's where we bring the animals out of the footpath there, and they come down onto the finca. And there's the goats down there. You just see Calvin. So they're inside like a electric pasture fence. That's our neighbour's land there, but he lets us graze our animals on it because he's not very often here. So it saves him having to mow it, and it gives us space next door to keep our animals on. So it's perfect. And our donkey's down there grazing. So we've built this fence around, which we built from mimosa. It's an invasive species here, so they chopped a load of it down, and we went and sort of gathered up all the poles and posts and made ourselves a nice fence. It's almost finished. It goes right down to there, but we just need to go a little bit further, gather a little bit more and finish that. So that's one of our to-do lists. So our land basically runs straight down there. That big tree is ours, and then it goes off to the left in a sort of L shape. And this is our vegetable garden at the moment, but it's also like a wildflower meadow as well from a certain point, because we don't need to grow that much. We've got so much food, so many potatoes and salad and cabbage and chard, but it's just wonderful. Everything grows here like mad, including the weeds though, so we've got a lot of weeding to do. But yeah, and you can see the chestnut trees all in flower at the moment, which means hopefully we're going to get a lot of chestnuts. And our walnut trees have survived. I thought we might have over pruned them a little bit. They needed severe pruning. I was a bit worried we'd gone too far, but what I noticed yesterday was how lush and green it is, and it's actually got some walnuts on it, which is amazing. So I'm really pleased. I'll just see if I can spot some walnuts. Really beautiful, and it's so nice and cool down here. We saw some yesterday on here. Yeah, look there. There's a couple there. Look. There. So that's really cool. And the other walnut tree is that one there. This one. And that's got loads of walnuts on it as well. So yeah, we're going to get a nice crop again this year, which is great. We've got a hammock here, which I hardly ever get time to use, and another one down on that other walnut tree here. So there's Calvin and Cal's all in the grass, chilling out, trying to keep cool. Here is our vegetable patch. You can see quite overgrown with with weeds in places. But look at those courgette plants. They're mad. Crazy. Yeah, some of the things have grown really well, other things just not. Peas, we planted about 30 peas, nothing. We planted loads of beans over here. We've only got 2. Onions are doing really well, so they're fine. Looks like some animal has been rummaging through them though. The rainbow chard is just absolutely loving it here. It's gone crazy. We have got some broccoli, but yeah, you can see we need to get out and do some weeding. But everything just grows like crazy. We weeded this bed the other day and already they're all coming back. This is supposed to be watermelons and butternut squash, but it looks like they're all just flipping courgettes, which is a bit of a letdown. But we'll see. We'll see. There's some maize popping up as well that was here before. But yeah, a load of tomatoes. Tomato plants are doing well. There's the donkeys enjoying themselves. Moses just gave me a scare. Found him on the floor. He wouldn't get up. So Christian came out, and as soon as Christian came out, he got up. Rascal. It's Coco. Their fly fringes on. Try and keep the flies off their faces because there are lots of them here. But yeah, this is a lovely spot actually. It's really nice and cool. Just so green and pretty. Lovely. So yeah, these are our tomato plants. Doing well. Loads of salad, sorrel, spinach, aubergines, peppers. So yeah, should have a nice crop of veg this year. Got kale down there, which is doing really well. Some sunflowers. Yeah, and that's our neighbour's plot over the other side. They got loads of lovely stuff as well. Potatoes are ready to harvest. There's our compost heap, which is filling up rather rapidly. The amount of waste products from the goats and the donkeys. We've pruned all that rose bush there and the brambles, but there's still needs a bit of work. But we've tried to train it across the top. So yeah, and you can see the lovely grapevine just in the back there behind the tree. Christian built some posts and wire up there to train that because it had kind of basically just grown in that tree, and there were so many grapes last year. So yeah, we've got a white one and a couple of red ones, so hopefully we'll get some nice grapes off that this year. But yeah, that's the back of the stables and the Cobertizzo, which is now visible. It just was all completely swamped with ivy, brambles and weeds. This tree we chopped down because it wasn't very well and it was blocking the view. It was dying. It didn't produce any chestnuts, and also we harvested the wood, which is worth an absolute fortune, so we're going to use that. We already used one of the beams for the little donkey stable, but we're going to use that in the houses and all sorts. Once it's seasoned, we can make planks or use it as beams again, replacement beams. So that's just there drying off, with some walnut as well that we harvested, and one of the cherries that we cut down as well. So, and this we're going to make into a table, or maybe even a nice chair actually. So maybe cut that one down. So if any of you have suggestions, feel free to post them in the comments. These are a load of trees that, like saplings, that we took out of the ground. There's still a load more in there. I'm trying to grow them in pots because we planted loads, but there's just so many. They just grow wild, spontaneously. So needed a bit more weeding there. Yeah, so this is our nice little garden. This is our sort of back garden area. And through here is really a sort of work yard area. We call this one the backyard, where the Cobertizos are, and this is where the dogs are chilling out because we've got May, one of our goats, around there with 2 very young babies, and she's a bit nervous of the dogs, so we've kept them around here. There's Bella Bell and Panda Bear. Yeah, good girl. So we've got our wood store so far. This is what we've built up. Even after the winter, we still had loads left, and we got loads of sticks and stuff, so we've got a lot more to add to that. We recently extended the cement on this area, and so we've put table and chairs out here, and our little camping stove got added out here yesterday because we were very kindly given an oven by one of our neighbours, which is amazing. And then here we just store the straw and animal feed and gardening stuff for now, but we will eventually concrete the bottom of this as well, just because it's so dusty otherwise. It's much easier to clean if it's got concrete down. Yeah, this is another wood pile, but this is usable wood rather than burnable, so that's where we sort of store that to season and old stuff that we've taken down. This is our barbecue that we built. It's like a Fred Flintstone barbecue, but yeah, it's massive. It's great. It works really, really well. Christian and Luke moved this massive stone from over by the entrance using logs to roll it across on, and then we gradually sort of lifted up one side, then the other, then the other, then the other, until it was high enough to go on there. But yeah, that is solid. It's not going anywhere. It's great. And we want to build a pizza oven here out of stone in this corner, so this is our outdoor cooking area. This sink we found somewhere, can't remember where. We're going to use that as an outdoor sink eventually, but for now it's just stored there. This was where we started off. This was our outdoor kitchen, bathroom, everything, washroom. This concrete sink was already here, and it was a real lifesaver because we had our shower above it. We did all our washing in there. We've since bought a washing machine, which we're soon going to move. But yeah, this area has been great. And again, we will pave the floor eventually, but for now we just put some stones down so it's not as dusty. And then we have our solar panel set up there and our wind turbine up there. So we've got natural power. It's all run off of that, all our electricity. We don't have anything. We're completely off grid here. And this is our workshop, which is a lovely, cool place to be. Cleaned it out, did the floor, mimosas for the main beams, and reclaimed wood and pallet wood for these shelves. That's our solar panel set up there. And yes, my area for doing my jewellery and for making stuff with my sewing machine. Another storage area. Yeah, it's a lovely, really lovely space to work in. We've got a light in here as well if we need. So these stables, originally this is where we kept all of our stuff when we came here. Well, actually half of our stuff was all in here, so we had to clear it all out, and we've built all these fences and stuff again from reclaimed timber that we found here. The chicken wire we bought, but so that's May's little pen with her new babies. And then we keep Calvin, the male goat, in there separate. He's got a slightly bigger pen. The donkeys are in here at the moment, but they're going to move next door once that's ready. And then the other girl goats are in here in separate pens. They were originally all just in one big area, but we found that they, you know, it wasn't good for them because they were fighting and, you know, having a go at each other. So it's nice that they've got a little bit of space to be on their own. These are the two girls. They're, what, 4 days old now?
No, they're a week. They're 7 days. It was Monday.
It's Sunday today.
It was 6 days then.
Has it gone that quick?
Yeah, I know.
Wow. This is Nelly and this is June, and they are so funny.
This
so
is May's
cute.
favourite and this is my favourite.
Yeah.
I like them both.
Yeah, they're super cute and they're so friendly, which is lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is, and they love going up on that big rock. All the goats love going up there. It's funny.
But these two love sleeping.
Yeah, they feel safe up there, don't they?
Yeah.
They're quite happy up there.
May showed them the special spot and then they're like...
Yeah, that's it. So out here we had recently, like last week, 18 tons of gravel and 18 tons of sand delivered. So that's for doing, yeah, which broke the bridge, which we've redone since. Luke did this pathway, this cobblestone pathway all the way down here. Took him a wee while, but it's a good job. It's really nice. And once we've finished all of this, we're going to grass this eventually, but not while we've got the gravel and sand there. So yeah, and this is our sort of pile of reclaimed tiles and bricks that we found around the place. And there were piles of it everywhere. There was a big pile of it in that corner there that was full of just stuff. So we've done a lot of cleaning and tidying. Yeah, May's down there. That's the mummy of the goats. She's just having a little bit of me time. So yeah, so we've built up this wall here, and that's the little pyre that we are doing for the donkeys. We've just got to do the floor in there and the roof. This ruin, so beyond this bridge is not our land, it's common land, but nobody, the owner of that ruins and that land, they're never here. We've never met them. And so we put that there just to keep the animals in, really, and nobody minds. It's not a problem. But if they wanted to come in here, they can. And what we did, there's a little stream runs down here and underneath this bridge here. So we put some concrete drainage tubes in and filled it all in. So again, it doesn't soak away and it doesn't erode the soil. And the water gets channeled straight out comes out here. You can see the little stream. And then that runs off down between the barns and out onto the land where I showed you earlier, where we're going to put the reservoir. So, and the goats love climbing on this ruin and eating the ivy and stuff. So, oh, she wants to see her babies.
She wants some greenery. Look.
So
she loves the greenery.
Yeah. So yeah, this is the picanha, which is now Luke's room, temporarily, probably for the rest of his stay, or at least for a year anyway, before we get around to doing it up. This is the courtyard, which is still basically covered in rubble, but we can't do anything with the floor in here really until we've done all the rooms, because we're going to have to put sewage pipes under the courtyard to run out there, so there's no point doing anything. We're just probably going to try and level it a bit and put some gravel down. But we're not going to do that till we've moved the chooks. These are our 3 turkeys that are massive now. Probably going to harvest one of them this week.
Glenworth. No, big
Yeah.
That one.
So they're doing really well. Just had a load of new babies. There's the little pollitos. In there, we've got 11. They're doing well. Up there in the cucina that was Luke's room is now just our bathroom, so that when visitors come, they're not having to go through Luke's room and disturb his privacy. I think someone's in there at the minute, so I won't go in there. But, yeah. So, yeah, he's up in the picanha, which I will show you. And I have some other videos showing the kind of process of cleaning it, because it was filthy. Absolutely filthy and full of stuff. So this is his room. Is it tidy, Luke?
Very much.
Yeah, not bad. It's a lovely, lovely space. There's some really beautiful pieces of furniture in here. That's the spare bed, which guests can sleep in if they're happy to share a room with Luke.
And Connor will be
Connor's coming next week,
29th.
so he's got a little desk to do study, he's got board games there,
and guitar.
linen in there. Yeah, I'll just let him use my guitar. He's got to put his little side table there. We've patched up the floor a little bit. There's a few places you can see the floor needs a lot of attention, so we've just patched up the worst bits so it's safe. And then, yeah, he's got this nice balcony area that you can sit and chill out. A little camping chair. So yeah, he's got this beautiful view out here, which is just lovely. Yeah, so nice. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. It's lovely, the ceiling. I love the ceiling in here. It's the best preserved one, I think, or the best looking one. You can see the lovely hill in the background.
Yeah, I got a good view from both sides.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'll show you the cucina. Actually, let's go underneath, because in here, this was where the goats and the donkeys lived initially. And we've discovered this really lovely cobbled floor, which we are going to clean up and you know, secure it. But this was like knee deep in
Shit.
old manure. I've just noticed that, look. And someone scratched on the rock.
There's also a cross over there.
It's mad. Yeah, and someone scratched a cross on this bit of rock. Strange. It's almost as if this was like a prison room. You see our toilet we've put down through the wall that goes out under the courtyard there. I love this pig's trough
Yeah.
hewn out of solid granite. That's not going anywhere, that's staying there. So this was Luke's room. Again, we've sort of temporarily patched the floor in the worst places. Another old wardrobe we found in one of the other houses that we just put some towels and stuff in. So yeah, shower, toilet, and the stove that we reclaimed and got working again. Not a bad room. But now it's just the bathroom, and we're going to put the washing machine up here, so it's going to be the laundry room for now. We've got the parachute up to kind of catch all the soot that falls off the ceiling, because this would have been the room that they did all the smoking in, which is why it's all black. And this is actually another thing we did in here, was we had to cut the end of the beam off and build a metal sleeve and bolt it on, because water was getting in and it had rotted the end of the beam, and it was literally hanging on by a thread. And this beam basically supports the whole roof, and you can see it's slightly twisted, but it was much worse before, so we had to put the acro props under it, and yeah, eventually got round to putting that sleeve on. But the wood is actually really solid underneath. This building has hardly any woodworm, because the smoking preserved the wood. I think must have either killed the bugs or just put them off. So but you get all the little black soot flaky bits coming off, so we do need to clean it in here. But it's a really lovely roof, and it's got all kind of the hooks and things for hanging your pig off while you cut it up and stuff like that, or smoking your sausages from and things like that. They had a fire on the floor here, and there was a chimney above that we've closed up because it was just leaking everywhere. So we just took that down and closed the roof. And then obviously they used to cook there, do the bread in there, I think. And that's like a massive cauldron with a fire underneath for boiling water, probably for, you know, cleaning the animals that they were preparing to eat. So yeah, a lot of history in this room, a lot of interesting things. We found some real treasures in here as well when we cleaned it out. So yeah. Last stop, the house that we're in. Well, actually, I'll show you under the houses. So these are the stables that, again, were absolutely knee-deep in ancient manure. And we cleaned it out. It's one of the coolest places, like as in cold, because it's under the house and it's got stone floor. So this is all our stuff, basically all our belongings that we haven't got space for at the moment, or, you know, don't need right now. But we moved it all in here. It's all accessible. And then we live up there. Needs a little bit of cleaning, But yeah, it's the one that was in the best condition. But I love this floor. Again, another cobblestone floor. So this will become our larder and sort of cheese and meat room once we've sorted out the houses, because it's perfectly cool and a good place to store stuff. And then the other stable, this one is half cleaned out. We've done half of it, and we've got our cement and lime in here. You can see the other half. Yeah, still he's doing as an old sort of stable pen thing there. The floor in here is not quite as good and as level. I think this is more bedrock than actual cobbles. They've not laid that. It's literally the bedrock. So we'll probably have to put cement on this floor, because this is in theory going to be our kitchen, dining, lounge room. And then you can see the floor above has collapsed in, because this is the worst condition, this house. It's had a lot of water ingress over the years. So it's the floor and the roof, or the top level is, yeah, needing a lot of TLC. So that's that. We've restored these gates. We're just waiting for them to really thoroughly dry out now the rain has stopped, and then we're going to paint them. But they're lovely. It's our lemon tree. That another thing the goats totally ate, but has made a good comeback. Some herbs here that were growing, a rose bush that I'm trying to propagate. This is our balcony area. Just keep our pots and pans out of here. Freezers, all the veg and the meat. Fly screen that we made, because the flies here are an absolute pain in the bum. And then this is our kitchen area / lounge. Got a little stove here that we installed. It's perfect for the winter. Got a little oven that we were recently given. I mean, you know, it's small, it's bijou, but it suits us as Christian, just chilling out Sunday after all. Playing his PlayStation. It's our bedroom. This bed was here. We just bought a new mattress for it. Got fly screen on the window as well, you can't really see, but. And this is our sort of WC room, so we've got our little camping toilet in here that we use at night just for number ones. And these are 2 wardrobes again that we found here that we make good use of. So this is our sort of, yeah, our WC we call it. Yeah, so that's it really. That's the full tour. What we've done, a brief update in a year.